Money, money, money. It's so funny in a rich man's world. Wrote that myself. Might make it a hit song one day. Just kidding. But seriously, what's up with money? I had a conversation with my friend today about money. We were talking about how difficult it is to not spend money. Like, you can spend $1,000 very, very easily, but it's very hard to make $1,000. In fact, outside of working, I don't know the last time that I actually made $1,000 by doing something that wasn't just my hourly job. And the reason that this is significant is because he has recently become more free financially, and we are in the process of becoming more financially free. The past few years, we've really been working on paying off this house to the point of discomfort. And at the end of 2022, we're going to be done paying off the house. And I really want to use that money, that additional cash flow, to do something that matters. I don't want it to just, just get. I don't want to just go to Walmart and spend it, right? But obviously, we're going to use some of that money to do things that we want to do that is fun. But I'd really like to do something that I guess would like leave a legacy. But that's hard to do. It's hard to have a dream that you can execute on. And I think part of the reason that it's difficult is because, at least for me, I haven't grown up with good financial habits. And I really wish that I had learned more as I grew up. I wish that my mom, who was really my main parent, had just created an environment where I would learn more about finances at a young age. Because the sooner you invest, as in the younger you are, the better the returns on your money. One point that my friend had made was that, a dollar today is worth so much more invested in the future. And so you've got to kind of weigh it out, right? Are you trying to put away money to have a nest egg in the future? Or are you trying to have fun now? There's clearly a balance between those two things. And, part of me just wants to go crazy. Crazy, just hit the wall, put everything into a 401k and, other investment type accounts. And just, yeah, look at us. We've got so much money in the bank and we're going to be great in 20, 30 years. But the truth of the matter is that 20, 30 years down the line, things will be different than they are now. And if we don't take the time to enjoy the people around us now, we may regret that in the future. And so that balance is key. I have a hard time with that. I think that it works well in my marriage because, I'm really constantly pushing towards putting money away and trying to pay off things. Whereas my wife is, while she understands the importance of that, she also pushes in the other direction and makes sure that we do enjoy time together, that we do have fun vacations. I think if there weren't those two kind of colliding views, I don't know that it would work as well. It's very interesting. And so, one last point, about this. Like I said, I wish that when I was younger that I had learned more about finances. And I do think that was a responsibility that my mom had that, she didn't really do well at that. She did well at a lot of things, but not that. And so I want to be different. I want to make sure that my kids, when they turn 18, that they really understand money. And so we're a little bit liberal with that. We're really trying to help them experience, what it's like to have money and then have no money. What it's like when you go and buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need and how you feel afterwards. And, just all of those things that you get to feel as an adult, we want them to feel as kids. And so a few months back, my wife and I were talking, and we were talking about the different budgets that we have throughout the year where we buy clothes for the kids and school supplies. And we both agreed that we should switch it up and actually just give money directly to the kids and then make it their responsibility to buy their own clothes and to buy their school supplies and anything else that they need. Now, my idea initially was to disperse this money 2 times per year. But my wife's idea was to give them a set amount every month. And initially, I didn't really like that idea. But we kind of ended up going with it. And now I think I'm glad that we did. And so I don't like to get into the numbers too much, but we basically give each kid $50 a month. and they have to buy any clothes that they need, they have to buy any school supplies, and maybe they need to save that money. It's really up to them. But if they wake up one morning and they don't have any clothes, my question to them is going to be, why not? Right? You should have bought clothes. You had money to do so. Now, if there's anything like sports or extracurricular activities that require like a uniform or something, we will buy that initially, but they will have to pay for anything if they lose it or damage it. And so, everything's a little give and take, right? We still want to provide, but we also want to give them the opportunity to learn. And we're in the second month of doing this now. It's really been cool. They've really learned something. For example, one of our kids had a quite substantial amount of money on their account because they sold their iPad, and they were out shopping and they spent a lot of money, and then suddenly they had just a fraction of what they had. And then when they found this out, they had that gut-wrenching feeling of, oh crap, I've overspent. Not that there was any consequence to that, but just that I had so much money and now I have so little money. And she actually went and returned a bunch of things to the stores, and she became much more frugal with what she was doing. All of the kids have decided to be more frugal with school supply shopping. If it was just me saying, hey, get what you want and swipe the card, you just know they're going to grab all kinds of crazy things. Because there is an intrinsic reward, right? If you spend less, you get a bonus at the end, right? Here's your $50. You can spend $50 on school supplies. Go ahead. But if you really don't need $50 worth of stuff and you only need $10 worth of stuff, you're going to have $40 left over. What could you do with that? You could save it. You could spend it on whatever you want to spend it on, right? And so it really makes them think much more. And that's something I have noticed. I see so much more thought. It used to be that when we would go to do something, I would tell them, well, I don't want to spend too much money here because I want to have money left over for something else. And they didn't really seem to care that much. But I feel like now they do. Like they just, it's not like pretend, like they actually get it. So it's very interesting. Obviously, we're going to keep doing this for a while, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't have much else to report about it. I just thought it was an interesting topic. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on money and things that you've learned that you wish you'd learned as a kid, feel free to leave a comment about that down below, because I think that finances is something that a lot of people struggle with. There are some people that just have it together, but that's not me. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.